Hi, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Message Matters. I'm Joe Stoiter, Chief of Client Strategy at Intentionally. And I just wanted to share something about referrals and the power of messaging with how the modern day consumer finds information, evaluates their options, and decides on you or someone else. And this is especially true in financial services. I'm here at the Orion Ascent Conference. It's a beautiful sunny day here in San Diego, as you can see. But something that I'm going to be talking to our audience about over the next couple days is how to operate in using a compelling message that goes far beyond referrals. So many advisors have grown their business over the last several decades simply relying on referrals and the organic word of mouth that travels from doing a good job for your clients. And that's great. But my argument is going to be that times have changed and referrals is an outcome. It's not a strategy. And so in order to switch the way that you're growing as a business, in order to use your messaging and your narrative to grow in a very intentional, thoughtful, and effective way, what business owners and advisors need to understand is that it's more important nowadays to be knowable than it is about producing this huge volume of content in order to attract the right audience. Now, that's very important. You need to have a point of view. You need to be able to put out content on a consistent basis in order to gain trust. Those things haven't gone away. But what most advisors forget about is that they oftentimes don't know what they want to be known for. What is that unique position they have in the market? What unique experiences and perspective and skill sets do them and their team bring to the table in order to connect with the right people? And so the whole idea here is that we have an opportunity as an industry, especially with the way that the world has changed in terms of how we get our information. The average consumer now operates in a world of a rule of thirds, if you will. So, we're using a third of this exploration in order to get information about businesses and about services and about solutions through online or digital self-serve. Hey, I can do this myself. I can decide for myself what's best for me, and I can make that purchase the way I want to make that, fully self-empowered. The other third is saying, all right, I need a digital avenue in order to, maybe it's remote communications is what it's oftentimes called, whether that's email or another method in which we're trying to get more information, but still within the convenience of how we want it to be delivered to us. And then, of course, the third is still in person, the old-fashioned organic way where you're sitting down and actually talking to somebody, whether it's a service or a product, in order to make that purchase decision. And operating in that rule of thirds, where we fully understand that there are several ways to get information and several ways in which we make purchase decisions, is all the more important for advisors who are trying to attract the right clients. So think about this. When you think about your messaging this year, what do you want to become knowable for? What is that first impression people have when they see your name, when they hear about the services you provide, when they think of a team member that they're working with inside your firm? What are you known for? And how are you adding that value through a very specific narrative each and every day that allows them to make a faster, more effective, and memorable decision? And ultimately, they become a great source for referrals because you've found the right type of person who gets the value you provide and understands that type of effect and that impact it can have on other people. Just a few thoughts from me as I take a stroll through Southern California. Hope you have a great one. And remember, every word counts.